And this is a video review of the Transformers Warfare Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Voyager class Cyclonus. So another awesome release for the Warfare Cybertron line. I can tell you right off the bat, this guy is awesome, very solid, nothing in terms of gaps, very hefty as well. It has its flaws. There's some minor design decisions that I wish they would have done differently, but for the most part, he's probably the best Cyclonus figure we've gotten so far. So first off, before I gush over Cyclonus, let's look at the packaging. So it's your standard Kingdom packaging with the smaller window. So Cyclonus and vehicle and robot mode there. Cyclonus product shots, 34 steps, your obligatory Kingdom artwork, and at the top he is a Decepticon, of course, and he is figure number 9 from the Kingdom line. So he also comes with the awesome set of instructions, which is par for the course for Warfare Cybertron, meaning it's awesome, clear. It's gonna be difficult not to follow that instructions. And in terms of accessories, it only comes with one, and it is gun, and it's an awesome gun. I like how they don't have the gaps on the sides. There is gaps in the bottom, but I prefer the gaps being at the gaps at the bottom than on the side. And it is cast in purple plastic, painted silver, so it's cool. And it is blast effect compatible. So taking a closer look at Cyclonus, like I said, he's an awesome figure, very accurate to how he's depicted in the G1. I know in some comics I think he's depicted with the wings swept back, and you can do that anyway if you wanted to, but yeah, I like positioning the wings that way. Now taking a closer look at the sculpt. That is his head sculpt, which is really nice. I mean, really accurate to how he looked in G1. Didn't fasten that correctly. There is a noticeable difference in color here and here on camera, but up in person it's not apparent. I was just noticing it now that it's in front of the camera. The other bit is there is a slight variation in purples. So as you can see, this one is more bluish purple, this one is more more bordering violet, and that is okay. The G1 does have these in different colors than these, but then it's more striking there. So I don't know if they're trying to balance it out, because in some images it's all a solid color, in some images you have the blue and the purple, I mean in G1. So I think it's a good balance, satisfying both parties. The one that prefers solid purple and the one that prefers a different coloration in the arms. And going down, still pretty solid. See, there's very little gaps there, and that gap serves a purpose. That's where the mushroom peg is. This is painted in a metallic purple, which is nice. I wish they used that metallic purple more. I think that's the only place where it's there. And feet, bottom of the feet, some gaps, but that's okay. That's the bottom of the feet. From the back, again, there's not much in terms of gaps. There's that gap there, but that serves a purpose in transformation. It gets, so when it compresses in, it compresses into that gap. See that hinge? So that's the purpose there. So I don't mind that at all. Very clean at the back. Now this is maybe one of the first flaws that I saw, and that's probably the biggest flaw that I can think of this figure, is how the wing is actually attached there. And for the most part it's okay when you have him in stoic poses, but when you try to pose him, the wings come with the arm, and I know a lot of people are okay with that. Me, I would have preferred to have the wings at the back, but I don't know if they could have done it. That's one of the flaws. Oh, the other thing, I don't know if I can show you, but this guy does have some awesome light piping. I can't really there. So it's black, red. So it's really subtle with my lighting, but you can see it. That's where the light comes through. So yeah, awesome figure. Okay, now just a few, I guess, relevant size comparisons. You can see he is about a little bit taller than Scourge, which I think makes sense. A lot taller than Hot Rod. Ultra Magnus does tower over him. It's not clear with him at the back, but if I put him side by side, see, Ultra Magnus is a little bit bigger than him, which I think is okay. I mean, Ultra Magnus is supposed to be bigger, but in the cartoon they're actually portrayed as about the same height. So yeah, size comparisons. Now in terms of articulation, this guy has all the articulation that you need. His head is on 2 hinges, so at the top of the head and at the bottom, so he can look up and down. Okay, there is a side to side, which is nice. Swivel. Oh, that's actually a ball joint, sorry, not a hinge. So a hinge at the bottom and a ball joint at the top, so nice articulation there. Arms can go all the way around. The wings come with it, so annoying. Goes out, and there is that filler there, so it doesn't look odd. Hinge at the top of the elbow, 90-degree elbow. There is a wrist swivel, pretty tight, quite tight actually. There is a waist swivel. Legs go all the way front, all the way back. Then there is a thigh swivel. The knee is a bit weird, as there are 2 joints, but actually the bottom joint isn't really an articulation point. It's only the top knee, and with that you can get 90. But if you use both, you get a little bit more, but it just looks really odd. I wish this is the second the second flaw. I wish that the bottom hinge locks in, or at least ratchets or something, just so we know how it's supposed to look. But as it is, it's okay, as long as you position both legs to have the same same fold. Then at the bottom there is a okay amount of ankle tilt, and does fold forward, so there is a lot of articulation for this figure. It's just annoying that the wings come with the arm. It just makes a lot of the poses a bit funky, in my opinion. Okay, now transformation for this guy is really fun. It harkens me back to the old Cyclonus, the old deluxe class Cyclonus. That one had a bit of a fun transformation as well. It's not the same, but it just reminds me of that old figure. So anyway, to transform him, first thing you do is you unlock the arms. So they just peg there into the body, and then position them that way so they're out of the way, because you need the space. Then you open up the chest. So as you can see, there's two hinges there that open it up. Turn this around, then you open this upper part up, and then you extend this out, and then you open this up again. Now you probably need something to pry that out, so whatever you have on hand. And now that you have that out, you just close everything up. Close that out, close that, and close that. And that's the front of the jet almost done. Let's do the half bit. So the for the feet, what you do is there's that opening again. There you go. Open this up, fold the feet in, and cover it up. Do the same here. Lift this bit, fold the feet in, cover it up. That's all friction, so there's no joints or anything to worry about. And then you peg the legs together, so there's this big gap and small one there, big small peg. just peg it together. And the next thing you need to do is you just accordion this thing in. Accordion the whole leg assembly in. So you'll know that you're in the right spot because when I turn this around, so it's a hinge on that part. If I turn this around, the tabs there should align to that hole. So there you go. Now let's close this up. Now almost done. All that's left is the hands and the arms. So what you do is you press that down, rotate it, rotate the hand in and close that up. Same with the other hand, rotate that, close that up. Now for these wings, you fold them out. Well, before you do that, position it this way, aligning this tab to that hole. So when you actually do this, you tab that to the hand, then we turn that arm around, and then that hole will go into that tab. So let's just do that, and then just fold the wing out. That's one side. Let's do the other side a little bit quicker now. Just turn around, fold the wing in, tab, tab, and as an optional step, there are landing gears that you can deploy. Let's do that now. And there you go. There you have Cyclonus in his vehicle mode. Now Cyclonus in vehicle mode, again, the Hasbro hit it out of the park with this figure. It's just really awesome how this vehicle mode turned out. Like, it's really smooth and all that. It even has that G1 callback. So if you have the G1 figure, you know that Cyclonus head will just rest here, and that shape and coloration there just harkens back to his old head. Of course, they won't put the new head there, but no, it's a nice callback. Has these really nice details as well. Cockpit, so it's really not in scale with anything. So you know, Cyclonus can be as small as a regular jet, and it can be big enough to hold Galvatron. So because Cyclonus in the movie is Galvatron's jet for some reason. So yeah, scale doesn't really matter, but this look good, really look sleek and all that. There are ports at the back, so if you have, you know, sufficient number of blast effects, you can have like 4 thrusters going back. And as I said, there's these deployable landing gears. So this look awesome in my opinion. So size comparisons. Okay, so I won't bore you with a lot of size comparisons because, you know, you're probably just gonna put this guy beside this other guy. So this is Cyclonus with Scourge. So yeah, they look really good together. I was just transforming this now, and I'm like, this guy's awesome. Both of these guys, the transformation, the robot mode, so how solid they are, they're both awesome. So Hasbro is really hitting them out of the park with these figures. I'm really excited to see how Galvatron will turn out. So final thoughts. I mean, like I said, this guy's awesome. If they put the wings on the back like they're supposed to, this guy would be near perfect. You wouldn't want another one, at least in this scale. But as it stands, even with the flaws that I mentioned, you can't really go any better than this guy. Very solid, very hefty. If it's just a Cyclonus in the chug scale that you need, this is the one that you're gonna get. Of course, if you're collecting MPs, it's gonna be a bit too small for an MP, but otherwise, you know, at this scale, this guy is the perfect Cyclonus. So yeah, that was the review. So if you like that review, please leave a like, leave a comment. Do you agree, disagree with what I'm saying and how the wings are supposed to in his back? Let me know. Otherwise, this has been Grimtrigger, and this has been the damn near perfect Cyclonus. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.